Z5 की कुछ ऐसी फिल्में देख चुका हूँ जो काफ़ी डिस्टर्बिंग हैं और TV shows भी. So when Nail Polish came along, I had to watch it. It's the theme going on between me and Z5. Pehle Barut House, that was just blew my mind away, and later on I found out that it was based on a true incident. उसके बाद अभय के कुछ episodes देखे. Actually, I've watched both the seasons of Abhay, season 1 and season 2. Dash, one of my favorite films of 2019. And now Nail Polish came out in January, so it's been a while. But today I wanted to cover this film and give you guys my views on this particular film from Z5, starring Manav, Kaul and Arjun Rampal. Look, let's start with the story, because the story is the most important factor of this film. It is a courtroom drama. At the end of the day, there have been hundreds of films based on this theme. What sets it apart is that there is a crime in terms of certain children are killed in an area. Later on you understand that there have been more killings, and basically there's one prime accused. There is no other accused in this film, and what happens to the accused during the trial forms the crux of the film, and the verdict that is passed on by the judge. It's a very interesting one. And it's definitely going to have its fair share of detractors and lovers, if you may call. Some people will say it was a perfect ending. Some people will say it was pretty crap ending, because it was very clear who the culprit was. The fact is that when a film succeeds in creating divided opinion, it has succeeded. So I think from a storytelling perspective, I'd say it's one of the decent stories coming out of Bollywood recently, so I'm going to give it 30 out of 40. Secondly, performances. Now, this is a bit debatable as well, because actually there are 4 main characters in the film. You have Manav Kaul, who's the prime accused. You have Arjun Rampal, who plays his lawyer. There's another guy who plays the prosecutor, and then there's the judge. So 4 main characters, and the story obviously revolves around Manav Kaul, but the other actors, you get to see where they're coming from and what sort of frame of mind they're in. तो इन्हीं 4 लोगों के around revolve करती है, और ठीक ठाक performances थी. Manav Kaul का काम सबसे अच्छा है, obviously, because he gets to play the meatier role. Arjun Rampal as a lawyer ठीक ठाक है, मतलब I mean I can't say he's put his best performance. Or बाकी 2, the prosecutor and the judge, they've done reasonably okay. So I think it's above average, and in terms of giving it a score, it'll be 17 out of 25. Now, another department of filmmaking, visualization. Visualization कुछ खास है नहीं इस film में. In fact, you know, you just get to see a small town. I think it's based in Uttar Pradesh. Might have to check that. Lekin nothing groundbreaking. So you know, yeah, it just really, you're not going to watch this film because of visualization or sound. So I can't really rate these departments that high. But for visualization, it'll be 10 out of 15. And just following on from that, the sound department, there's no music. I think there was one song, and barring that, they could have done with a better background score to keep it more engaging. I thought it was a bit toned down, but the whole film is a bit subdued, so can't really you know, question the intent and trying to spice the affair for this film. So 4 out of 10 for the sound. Lastly, the editing was alright. It was a short film, and there was continuity in the story. One thing I found, and this is not really the editing department, again, it's a story. बाकी जो 3 लोग हैं, Arjun Rampal, the prosecutor and the judge, उनके background और backdrop काफ़ी दिखाए हैं, which to be honest didn't really add to the story. It kind of felt like they were trying to go into the depth of these characters, but ultimately the tracks never went anywhere. और Manav Kaul जो मतलब main focused person है इस film का, उसका background बिल्कुल end में आता है 10-15 मिनट के लिए. I found that to be odd. I would have thought that we should have got into the mind of Manav Kaul a bit more, and that didn't really come out. But hey, anyway, coming back to the editing, reasonable job. You know, nothing great about it, but nothing bad about it either. So that's going to be a 6 out of 10. So the total adds up to 67 out of 100, slightly below IMDb rating that's currently sitting at 7.4. और उसके obviously the reasons are that the cinematography and the sound, the editing weren't up to the mark as far as the story and the performances were concerned. So a bit of pullback there, but nonetheless a reasonable score for Nail Polish. It's a film that is not as popular as it should be, and again I've called it out in some of my earlier videos. Z5 has not been able to establish itself as much as say Sony Live or a Hotstar in India, and with competing pressures from Netflix and Amazon, you know, I always find that the content of Z5, I think, in my personal opinion, is a lot better. It's just that it doesn't get that level of recognition, especially with Dash last year and you know, the series Abhay and Abhay 2. Not many people talk about them, but it could also be the fact that some of these films and content that I've watched on Z5 is not suitable for a typical average Indian audience per se. So anyway, that's it from me today. I will see you guys in the next video.